And then one last bit of news we have for this week on the Tennessee football front is Cooper Mays working out with the Miami Dolphins. You did see where everybody signed their deals with their teams that are rookies that were drafted. So that includes James Pierce, Omar Norman Lott, Dante Thornton Jr., and Dylan Sampson. But Cooper Mays getting to work out with the Dolphins, and I guess that reunites him with Jalen Wright down there in Miami. I think that's a guy that's very valuable to a team should you get him. And I think the Dolphins, I hope the Dolphins will see something in him to try to keep him around on the roster. I'm not sure who their center is right now and what Cooper Mays' path to the field would be, but obviously was not thought of highly on draft boards. But you look over the span of college football last season, he was far and away one of the best centers in the country.
I mean, he was good enough to become a semifinalist for the Remington Trophy, which is the award for the best center in college football. And then plus, like, with him being overlooked as much as he has been, I would imagine that Cooper Mays has got a huge chip on his shoulder. And I don't think that he'll take this opportunity lightly. I don't know if he ends up making the team or not, but I would say that he probably has a strong chance considering all the ammunition that he has to try to give his 100% effort. And he's a talented enough offensive lineman to eventually find his way in the NFL. I know there's concerns with injuries. I know that there was concerns with his size, but sometimes like you just find a way. I mean, Trey Smith found a way with the Chiefs, even with his issues, his health issues with his lungs and everything. I mean, he's right now going to Super Bowls, being one of the better offensive guards in the NFL. So maybe he can get past the injuries and his size. I mean, there's been undersized people before, even at the center position. I mean, for the past couple of years, I know Jason Kelsey has been in the spotlight a lot. I don't even know if he's bigger. I don't even know if he's bigger than Cooper Mays at all. And I know we're talking about arguably a future Hall of Famer, so it might not be a fair comparison, but just because some things are one way doesn't mean that it's going to end up being the way that you think it's going to be. So I'm excited to see what Cooper Mays does, and hopefully he makes a roster spot.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now at the Dolphins roster. They have one guy. They have two centers. They have Sean Harlow, who is 30 years old, played at Oregon State in college. He goes about 6'4", 284, so I'm not sure that's bigger than Cooper necessarily.
Well, they said I saw, or Kelsey was 6'4".
I don't know.
Well, because I saw that Cooper Mays is listed like 6'4" on like Tennessee's website and stuff. But I saw something else. I think it was a Pro Day website or something that had him listed at like 6'1" or 6'2" or something. So I don't know if they inflated his height or not, because I know Sampson, I think, was listed at 5'11" when he was playing at Tennessee. But then when it came to the combine time, he was listed at 5'8". So a lot of those teams, they like to inflate those heights and weights.
So he's not as tall as either of those guys I just saw. He's 6'2", but he's 305, so he's a little heavier than both of them. Because the heaviest of the two guys is this Andrew Meyer guy, who is a 25-year-old rookie from UTEP.
Okay, so they got a 25-year-old rookie.
Yeah. Which I guess Cooper is almost 25. In fact, he may already be 25. I don't know for sure. Well, no, he may be 24. I could be completely wrong about that.
Well, it doesn't sound like there's like a crazy, there's crazy talent from the center position for the Dolphins. I mean,
no.
he very well could get that second spot. I don't know if he'd end up being the starter or anything like that, but I mean, if they got a 25-year-old rookie
from UTEP, what is UTEP producing in football that's other than Aaron Jones? Aaron Jones is like their best football product here of late, but outside of him, I can't think of any other major players in the NFL right now at a UTEP.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to think that Cooper Mays could take his spot, regardless of getting drafted or not.
Yeah. So that path to the field, if we don't think it is as difficult as they're making they're or what am I trying to say? If it's only two guys and neither of them were nearly as highly rated prospects as Cooper Mays was out of college, then you would think he could make the field just fine. But again, we don't know, and of course, injuries have unfortunately been an issue for him over the years, so that could always play a factor.
And you're talking about an experience center too at the same time. Like not only is he going like getting this opportunity with mini camp, but he's also arguably the most experienced offensive lineman that Tennessee's had in like recent memory. I mean, he's getting playing time as a freshman, and I know in like the past couple seasons he's like really stepped it up. But this is a guy that has a lot of experience, so he may not need to be coached up as much as some of these other players. And I don't know how that 25-year-old is from UTEP, but I would like to think that Tennessee's coaches and being in the SEC would do a better job at preparing him for the NFL than UTEP would.
So that's about all I got on Cooper Mays. You got anything else, Jordan?
Just congratulations to him because we were wondering where he was going to be at for a while, and of course we did with Brew, and we found that out too. But good for him for getting an opportunity, and hopefully he finds a spot for him in the league.
Yeah, always good to see guys try to find their way onto the roster one way or another. And some of these undrafted guys have done well enough to make cuts here in the past. Jalen McCullough is a recent one that I can think of, guy that didn't really stick out while he was here at Tennessee for the eons that he was here. He was here a long time. Didn't get drafted by the Rams, but made the cut and ended up being one of the hidden gems in that rookie class. So there's always that possibility with some of these guys that went undrafted this season.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I can't remember if he got drafted or not, because he was really good at Tennessee. But Jalen Reeves-Maben, I mean, he's quietly done a lot for the Lions as a special teams player, and he's found his way in the league, where the odds are stacked against him at one point.
Yeah, injuries unfortunately did hurt him a lot here at Tennessee, no pun intended. But when he was healthy, he was really good here. I just remember, I think it was maybe the Battle of Bristol was the last time we saw him suited up.
I think you might be right.
Because I want to say he went into the tunnel, and then I never saw him suit up again that season or any other time as a Tennessee player.
And he was really good when he was at Tennessee too. When he could stay on the field and be healthy, I thought like him and AJ Johnson were probably two of the better linebackers I've seen play at Tennessee. Maybe if you go all the way back to like Rico McCoy, he was pretty good too.